Hello dear students and friends. This is Dr. Vikas Ranthav working as Assistant Professor, Department of Statistics, Sanjivani Mahavidhyalaya, Sapoli. I welcome to all the class of B.Sc third year Statistics for semester 6. In previous class, we have seen paper number 13B, that is Operation Research. So now dear students, today we are going to discuss paper number 14, Design of Experiments. This is a compulsory paper. Unit first, Analysis of Variance, in short, ANOVA. So there are 5 units. First unit, Analysis of Variance, in short it is abbreviated as ANOVA. Unit second, Design of Experiment, DOE. Unit third, Randomized Block Design, RBD. Unit 4, Latin Square Design, and last, Factorial Experiments. So these are the 5 chapters in paper number 14. So dear students, you can refer the book for Design of Experiment, book name Fundamental of Statistics by author S.C. Gupta and V.K. Kapoor, Sultan Chand and Sons, the publications. So you can go through the paper chapter 5 and 6. The above 5 chapters are covered in this book. So dear students, we directly start unit first. So unit first is Analysis of Variance. Analysis of Variance. In this unit we cover the introduction, types of ANOVA. There are 2 types of ANOVA, one-way ANOVA, two-way ANOVA. Then the mathematical formulation or mathematical model of one-way ANOVA, two-way ANOVA, as well as ANOVA table, one-way and two-way, and last, degree of freedom hypothesis to be tested. So these are the contents of unit first. These all points will discuss one by one. So let's start the introductory part. The analysis of variance, in short ANOVA, abbreviated as ANOVA. It means analysis of variance. The analysis of variance is one of the most powerful tool of statistical analysis, and this technique is used to test whether the difference between the mean of 3 or more population is significant or not. It extends the 2 sample t-test to compare the means from more than 2 groups. The systematic procedure of this statistical technique was first introduced by Professor R.A. Fisher in 1920, and the F distribution was named in this honor. This technique was used in or extremely used in agriculture experiments, economic, biology, education, psychology, sociology, business industry, and in researchers of several other disciplines. If you take the example for how to use in analysis of variance in agriculture field, for example, we can explain the using the technique of analysis of variance whether different variety of seed in agriculture, different varieties of seeds or fertilizer or soil differ significantly or not. As regards average of yields of the land, average yield of land. So this is the example of agriculture experiment. If we take the example in business, for example, a manager of a firm may use this technique, analysis of variance, to know the whether there is a significant difference in the average sales figure of different salesmen employed by the firm. This is the example for the business or industry. If you take the biological or medical example, the differences in various type of drugs manufactured by a company to cure a particular disease may be studied through this technique. So these are the example of using the analysis of variance or ANOVA. If you use this ANOVA, the main object of this unit of analysis of variance to test on the basis of sample observation, on the basis of sample observation whether the mean of 3 or more population are equal or not. What is the objective of this ANOVA? To test on the basis of sample observations whether the means of 3 or more population are equal or not. So this is the main objective of this unit. So after that, you must know what is analysis of variance or ANOVA. ANOVA is a procedure to testing the difference among the different groups of data for homogeneity. It means again to test on the basis of observation whether the different groups of the data either it is equal or not, or homogeneity. Dear students, in B.Sc. semester 2nd, you have already discussed what is meant by measurement of central tendencies, standard deviation, variance, coefficient of variance. You are already discussed in B.Sc. first year, semester 2nd. So variance is an important statistical measure, and it is described as the mean of square of deviation, the mean of the squares of deviation taken from the mean of the given series of data is called as variance. Or simply the variance is the square of standard deviation. The square of standard deviation is called the variance. The variance is very important statistical measure. Okay. Or there may be variation between sample and also within sample atoms. And ANOVA test is a way to find out the survey or experiment result are significantly. In other words, we can say ANOVA helps to this figure out if there is need to reject the null hypothesis, that is H0, or accept the alternative hypothesis H1. Basically, we are testing groups to see if there is a difference between them. For example, a manufacturer has two different processes to make light bulb. They want to know if one process is better than other. This is the example of manufacturing. If you take the example for education, for students from the different colleges take the same exam, you want to see if one college performance than other colleges. Or if you can, physicists patients are trying 3 different therapies, consulting, medication and biofeedback. In this testing, we want to see if one therapy is better than other. This is a simple example of ANOVA. Okay, so after introductory part and what is ANOVA, we must know what are the principles of ANOVA. The first we know there are two sample via we have to make two estimate of population variance, one based on between samples variance and the other based on within sample variance. Then the said two estimate of population variance are compared with F test, that is Fisher's test, wherein we calculate F test estimation of population variance based on between sample variance and estimation of population variance based on within sample variance. By using this formula, we calculate the F test. The F test value of F is to be compared to the F limit for given degree of freedom. If the F value we work out in equal or exceed the F limit value. So ANOVA table is based on the F value. We may say that there is a significant difference between sample mean. Okay, this is very important for F test, the ANOVA principle. So there are 8 basic steps of analysis of variance. We obtain first step, obtain the mean of each sample. Take each sample, mean sample. There are 3 variable, you first calculate the mean of these 3 variable, then work out the mean of the samples, then calculate the sum of square of variance between the sample, or you can calculate the sum of square between. Now step 4, obtain variance, that is sigma square or mean square, that is MS, between the sample.